everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Randa, and this morning we are going to be doing our weekly WIP Chat. If you are not familiar, WIP stands for Work in Progress and Chat. So pull out whatever it is you're working on or just listen along, and we're gonna chat. I have a feeling that this week's WIP Chat is gonna be a little bit interesting just because I am very tired this morning. It is Monday morning, and it is 8:58, so almost right on the dot of 9 o'clock. It is restock day today, and I have a lot of work to do, and I'm really tired. I don't feel like it. I was so not ready for the weekend to be over, so yeah. But you know what? It's fine. We're gonna get through it, and it's gonna be fine. Today I am working on my diamond painting. I know I've been talking a lot about stitching on my channel and in my life and everywhere because that is, I don't know, that's a hobby I'm really focused on right now. I'm really enjoying it, but that is not to say that I have, lost my love for diamond painting or don't care anymore or what, like, I still diamond paint every day, so it's not like it's just gone by the wayside, but I do spend more time stitching than I do diamond painting. Did I put this? I so did. I just noticed that this is crooked. Let me fix that. Can't have that. There. So anyway, this is my diamond painting. This is from Diamond Art Club, and this is Chuck Pinson's Seize the Day that I am doing for the Chuck Along this year, and I am doing this until my Drills and Chills kit comes in. I ordered Warm Witch from Diamond Art Club, but it was after the initial release, and so I had to wait for the restock and for when they had it available for pre-order, and then the pre-order was not going to be ready to ship out until the 15th to the 30th of this month. So I am definitely getting that kit late, but it'll be fine. I'll just do this until hopefully that kit will come in before this is finished. Otherwise, I'm going to have to figure something out, but if not, I'll figure something out. And then that's going to be my Drills and Chills kit, and we're just going to go from there. I'm really excited for that kit. But anyway, Seize the Day by Chuck Pinson. I am really adoring this kit. This is definitely going to be, I have two piles of diamond paintings. One of them is stuff that I am saving in a safe spot. I actually decided to reorganize my diamond painting since I last told you guys about it. I'm going to get started. No, I'm not going to get started. I need to introduce everything, and then I will tell you about that. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, let me get my thoughts collected. This pen is from Amazon, very 10 out of 10 fun. This is my trash drill cover minder from Erica's Little Creations, as always. My Muni-made tray that only so far has one dog bite in it, so we're doing good. And then this again, you guys saw this last week, is my little pot sticker from my shop. I do believe that those ones are sold out. If I remember right, I could be wrong though. There might be one or two left. But I do have others from this release that are still available. So if you are curious, those are linked in my campsite link down in the description box. You can go check out my shop, and I have a bunch of little cover minders. Not a bunch because I need to release some, but I have little cover minders there. And that's what restock day is, putty and wax. So I have putty and wax coming out today. You guys probably won't see this until Tuesday, so it doesn't matter. But in case you're unaware, I also sell scented putty and scented wax, and I restock every Monday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, just in case you're curious about that. And I sell out within a few hours usually, so you're gonna wanna hurry if you want some. Okay, I think that's all. Oh, and then in my multi-placer, I'm using my wax that I sell in my putty that I sell in my shop. And then in my single placer, I am using Patty Wax. Super sticky. Yes, I love this stuff. I've been using it for this whole kit, and I'm really enjoying it. So we're doing that. Okay, back to what I was saying. Was that I have reorganized the way that I have my diamond paintings Whereas before, because if you guys watched my stash video, my entire diamond painting stash, I said that I have them all like in a bin in the top of my closet and that they're getting a little ruined because of it. And I wanted to find a better way to store them. And so they all just like randomly fell over last night, fell off of my closet shelf and onto the floor. I don't know how they fell over. I thought my cat might have knocked them over, but he didn't. And so I was like, how did they just randomly fall? But they did. They randomly fell. And so I decided enough's enough. Let's fix this. So I split up my diamond paintings because there are diamond paintings that I want to hang up someday. And I don't have them hung up now because we live in a, well, okay, that's a lie. I have one of them hung up in our bedroom. But I don't have any really hung up because I live in a 1-bedroom, 700 square foot apartment, my boyfriend and I. And A, we don't really have the wall space. 2, they're all huge, AKA we don't really have a wall space. And 3, they just we have very much like a, I don't know, I decorated her apartment for the most part. And for the most part, we have a more like a modern farmhouse type feel to it, I guess. I don't really know how to explain what our decor is. And diamond paintings just don't really go with that style. And also my boyfriend, he likes my diamond paintings, but he's not a huge fan of having them hung up in the house, especially because we don't have a ton of room, and so they take up a lot of space. And they're very kind of overwhelming and in your face because they're very sparkly. He doesn't have a problem with me hanging up my cross stitch once I do that. Once I actually finish a cross stitch piece, because they're much smaller and they're less flashy, I think is part of it with him, that diamonds are very sparkly. And so, and I completely understand that. I don't really want to hang them up in the house yet either. But the reason I'm saving them to be hung up is because the plan is that when Perry and I buy a house, hopefully after this lease is up next May, but we'll see. I want to get my like one and only requirement for the house is that it have a second bedroom, preferably 3 bedrooms so we have a guest room, but at least 2 bedrooms. And one of them will become my office / craft room. Because not only do I work from home, I run a business out of our house, and right now I'm just working at our coffee table, and it takes up a lot of our like storage space that we would store other things, and I don't like it, and he doesn't like it. So, and also all of my crafting stuff. I have a lot of crafting supplies that also takes up a lot of storage. And so it would be nice to have a room just dedicated to all of that stuff so that I would have a place to store it, and then I would have a place to work, and not just work at our coffee table. So that's the plan, is for me to have a craft room someday, and I want to hang up my diamond paintings in my craft room, because that's a spot that I think is really suited for that kind of, to be able to hang up the things that I've worked on. So the way that I reorganize them is I split them into paintings that I'm saving to hang up someday, and then just other ones that I don't really care to hang up, but I finished them. And so the ones that I'm saving to hang up someday, I put under our mattress to keep them flat and to try to keep the diamonds from falling off. And then, so I have them laid flat under our mattress, and then the rest of them are laid flat under our bed. And the only reason I did it that way is because our cat, Ollie, likes to go under the bed. And I don't want him, like, it's not that big of a deal for the ones that I don't want hung up, because a lot of the diamonds are falling off of them anyway. But for the ones that I want to hang up, obviously I don't want any of the diamonds coming off. And so I don't want him, like, playing with them while he's under the bed and then messing up all of the diamonds on there, and then I can't hang them up. because there's already been one painting. It's the very first large, like non-partial Diamond Art Club kit that I did. And it is Cottage by the Lake by Steve Crisp. I think it's Steve and not Steven. And I want to hang that one up, but I can't because a lot of the diamonds have fallen off because of the way they've been stored for the past however long I've been diamond painting, since April, I think. So, so yeah, I had to retire that one to the not getting hung up, but I don't want any of the other ones that I want to hang up to do that. So anyway, that's how I'm storing them. And I think I'm gonna have this one that I'm working on right now join the ones under the bed, because I'm really liking this piece and the way that it's turning out. I think it looks really pretty and I would love to have it hung up. So that's what we're gonna do. Once I'm done with this, I'll put it under the mattress with the rest. So really quickly before I get started, how are you guys doing today? You having a good day? Did you have a good weekend? I know it's probably Tuesday for you, but did you have a good weekend? Did you do lots of fun things? Did you get lots of crafting done? What kind of crafting projects did you do? Did you do diamond paintings? Did you do cross stitch? Did you do, I don't know, any other type of crafting? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk with you guys down there. I have had a bit of a weekend. I feel like I have a lot of stories from this weekend, but I have ADHD, so the word that I can't think of, the challenge of this WIP Chat is gonna be remembering all of the things that happened this weekend so that I can tell you. So let me think for a minute. Okay, so Friday, I had lunch with my mom, yes, and then I think I did a bunch of schoolwork that day, and then edited my floss tube, so nothing crazy. And then Friday, when Perry came home from work, we had our Friday night date night like we do every night. Where did we go for date night? I don't know. Oh, I think we went to our favorite Mexican restaurant. It's called Las Palmas. It's here in Thornton. I don't think it's a chain. I think it's kind of like the only one, but I could be completely wrong. If you guys have a Mexican restaurant called Las Palmas near you, let me know so that I know whether I'm lying or not about the fact that I think it's the only one, but because I could be so wrong. But we went to Las Palmas for dinner, which was really nice. And then I think we just kind of hung out on Friday night. I don't think we really did a lot. We had big plans for the weekend. We were like, okay, because we were going to take, get in there. Get where I told you to get. We like to take Ash to the dog beach. We have a lake near us that has a dedicated dog beach. So it's basically like a dog park, but it's just an open beach where the dogs could play around on. And it's really awesome. Like, there's always a lot of dogs there. There's tons of space for her to run around with them and play, and then we can swim in there with her. And it's really fun, and it always really tires her out. And the lake's only like 20 minutes from here, and so it's like it's really awesome. I really like it. I just realized I forgot a whole section. I have the hardest time, A, talking and diamond painting at the same time for some reason is more difficult for me than it should be. And B, this ring light leaves like a glare on my diamond painting while I'm trying to work on it. Like, I can't see it very well. And so I end up like missing these giant spots of like when I just had a color out. And then I'm like, oh, there's a huge section of that color that I just like completely missed. So that's what just happened. Now I'm dropping them everywhere. But we really like taking her to the dog beach. And summer is starting to it's still really hot here, but summer is coming to the point where it's about to wind down to a close, and we're not going to be able to take her to the dog beach anymore because it's going to be too cold. And so we're trying to take her as much as we can like to the beach and stuff while we still can. And so we were like, okay, on Saturday, we'll go to the dog beach. And then Perry also has a jet ski that he has just gotten recently, like, up and running really good. And so he wanted to go play with that for a little bit. The only problem is that the dog beach that we usually take her to, that lake is a no-wake lake. So you can take, like, paddle boards out and stuff, but nothing that, like, has a motor and, like, makes waves. And so he obviously can't take his jet ski because that thing definitely makes waves. And so we always have to go to a different lake. And he suggested, because okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So on Saturday, we were going to go to the dog beach. And then on Sunday, he wanted to play with his jet ski. So I said, okay, on Saturday, we'll go to the dog beach. And then on Sunday, we'll go to one of the other lakes around us. And you can take your jet ski, and I'll, like, take my cross stitch and sit on the beach or whatever. And he said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Saturday comes, and we don't usually go to the dog beach until a little later in the day because, it's less busy, because that lake, they, like, reach capacity, and then you have to wait to get in. So you have to wait in line for a while, and we don't like waiting in line, obviously. And so we usually just go later in the day to try to skip the line. And so we spent the morning just kind of hanging out. Perry made us breakfast, and then I was cross-stitching and diamond painting and all of those types of things. And Perry was fiddling around the house. And then he was like, I'm going to go work on my jet ski for a little bit. I said, okay, cool. And then he came back, and I was like, I don't know what, but I was like, because the house was pretty clean. I don't know why. I've been really weird about the cleanliness of our house lately, that I think it's part of, like, my whole thing with, like, my life has just felt very chaotic lately. And so I'm trying to control the chaos and make myself feel better in any little way that I can. And part of what helps me feel better and less chaotic is when I wake up to a clean house and when I'm living in a clean house. And so I have been really diligent about, like, taking 15 minutes every night before we go to bed and running around and doing a quick pickup and, like, wiping down counters if they need to and putting dishes in the dishwasher. And I've been more on top of our laundry, because that's something that both Perry and I really suck at, is doing laundry on a consistent basis, because we both hate it. And so I've been trying to keep on top of our laundry as well, like all the things. Make sure everything is up and good and running so that when I wake up, I can walk out to a clean house and go, okay, cool, I can handle today. You know what I mean? Does anybody else do that? Because I definitely do that. So for the past, like, week, my house has just been, like, spotless, okay, because I clean it every day. Not any sort of deep cleaning. Like I said, it's like 15 minutes. You run around, you wipe surfaces. We only live in 700 square feet. 15 minutes is about all you need. But for whatever reason, on Saturday, I was sitting there going, you know what? I have wiped down, you know, a few surfaces and whatever, but I haven't really done, like, a good clean. Like, I need to go clean the toilet, and I need to vacuum the floor, and we have a ton of laundry that needs to get done, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And so I was like, you know what? It's, you know, I have the day. So I was like, I'm just gonna do, like, a deeper clean. Not like a deep clean, but just, you know, go around and clean toilets and showers and things of that nature. Especially because we had cleaned out Ollie's litter box, and so I had brought it into the bathtub to clean it out before I put in new litter, and his litter box was really gross. And so I was like, now all of that stuff is, like, it feels like it's in the bathtub, and I don't like it. And so I cleaned the bathtub really well. Like, it was a mixture of, I went a little heavy with the chemicals, and I regretted it afterwards because I was, like, dying because I was choking on chemicals trying to clean it. But I did a mixture of, oh my God, what is that stuff called? It starts with an A, and it's a short little word. It's like Comet, but it's not Comet. It's the other one. Good Lord, I don't remember the word. And there's a tiny little, there we go, got it. I can't remember the freaking word. Oh my God. It's one of those cleaners, okay? It's like Comet. If you know what Comet is, you know what I'm talking about. So I did a mixture of that, and then we have like this bleach bathroom cleaner. And so I like sprayed a bunch of that and sprinkled a bunch of this stuff in, and then like scrubbed it around a little bit, and then let it sit for a couple of hours. And then came back and like really cleaned it. Because our bathtub we have like this, it's so dumb. I don't know. There's like in this, because we live in an apartment complex, so I don't know what it is, and it's not my problem to know what it is. But there's like a little tube on the ceiling, coming out of the ceiling, above, like right above our shower. So, and it drains every once in a while. There's something about, like, there's a drainage system up there, and something drains into it. The apartment complex has explained it to me before, and you know what? I don't remember. So, there's something up there that drains. Yet, when it drains, when it has drained in the past, it has stained our bathtub yellow. And so our bathtub gets pretty gnarly. And it's never going to be perfectly clean because of that. Like, there's always going to be a little bit of a yellow stain. And thankfully the complex was like, yeah, you know, it's from the drainage, so obviously we're not gonna like charge you for it. And it's like, okay, good. Because you put the drain hole in there, so not my problem. But anyway, so it didn't, you know, our bathtub is never gonna look perfect, but at least it was clean. And so especially after I did that, I was like, yeah, I just need to go through and clean the rest of the house. And so that's what I started doing, is I started running around and doing all the laundry and cleaning all the stuff and like really wiping down surfaces, like dusting. And I brought out because a lot of our furniture is wood, like our surfaces, like our dining table, coffee table, entertainment stand, stuff like that. All of that's wood. And so I brought out like the wood polisher even. Like I went big time. Brought out the wood polisher and started polishing everything. And like a good clean, so that, and I told my boyfriend, it's like, so that we have a good slate for the rest of the week, where I can do my little 15-minute cleans. And I think that that's a good routine that I might stick with, is doing more like a deeper clean on the weekend, and then just my little 15-minute throughout the week. But I needed to plan a little better my timing with that. Because it took literal hours, because I was like, I'm going to strip our bed and wash the bed sheets, and I'm going to get all the, you know, our bath mats and our bathroom are really dirty, and so I'm going to pull those out and wash them, and I'm going to, you know, pull all of the stuff out of Ollie's, because he has like a little corner that we have dedicated to him. So his litter box is back there. His cat tree is back there. All his toys are back there. Like we have a little corner that is dedicated to Ollie, so that he can hide from Ash if Ash is bothering him. And I was like, I'm gonna pull it. But his litter box is back there, and so sometimes it can get a little, you know, he just accidentally carries some out on his foot when he's coming out of the litter box, and you need to clean it. And so it gets all over the place back there. And so I was like, I'm going to pull out all of Ollie's stuff and vacuum back there. Like, I was thinking of everything. Like, going to wipe down the appliances. And I'm going to like, literally everything. And so then my boyfriend goes, he's, like, walking around. And he's like, oh, shit, he's like, it wasn't starting to get dark. But he was like, it's looking kind of dark out there. And I was like, and I looked out the window, and it was looking kind of dark, and I was like, holy shit, what time is it? He was like, it's like 3:30. I was like, oh God, I had no idea. I was just like cleaning away, but then by that time I was like in my mode, and like didn't want to stop cleaning until it was clean. And so I was like, A, it's kind of late for us to go to the dog beach anyway, and B, the house is not clean yet. I still have a lot of stuff I need to do. Because we had like 3 loads of laundry to do that day. I was like, I still have laundry to do, and I still, you know, whatever. And so he was like, okay, we'll just, you know, we'll just finish cleaning, and then we'll do something tomorrow. I said, okay. Oh, this is not, there we go. That's a little better. And so I finished cleaning the house and it looked awesome. Like, but we cleaned, it just goes to show the difference between what I consider clean and what Perry considers clean. Sometimes he's more clean than I am, but sometimes when I get in my moods, I am like the clean freak. I can turn from like really laid back to like, it must be spotless or it's gonna bother the crap out of me. And it goes back and forth. And so that day it was like, no, it needs to be spotless or it's going to bother the crap out of me. So Perry runs around with me because he's a sweet man. And he's running around with me for the first 15 minutes while I'm cleaning. And then once he sort of gets like the general stuff picked up, he was like, the house is pretty clean, babe. Like, you know, you could kind of stop. And I was like, no, sir. Oh my God, I have so many things on the list of things to do. And so he watched me run around cleaning for like 3 or 4 hours. And he was like, what all exactly are you doing? And so I'm like explaining to him all the things that I'm doing because it's like the house was clean and I'm still running around for 4 hours cleaning it. And once I was explaining to him, I'm doing this laundry and I'm reorganizing this and I'm wiping off this surface that we haven't wiped off in a year and, you know, whatever. And so once I explained it to him, he was like, oh, okay, yeah, have fun. But at first he was like, what exactly are you cleaning? Like, I'm not sure I see what you're cleaning. Like, no, don't worry. There are things to be cleaned in this house. There's always something to be cleaned in this house. Okay, let me like, I feel like in everybody's house, there's always like little corners and little random things that like we never think to clean. And I'm always finding new little corners that could be cleaned, okay? And so then I feel like I need to clean them. When I get into my moods, I go, oh my God, think about... I'm trying to think of a spot in our house that I don't touch very often. It's like I could go into all of the faucets and like clean the inside, like under the lip of the faucet. Like I don't think I ever think too hard about going in and cleaning those. You know, little random things like that, like pulling out my magic eraser and scrubbing the walls because our walls get like weirdly dirty. And so like pulling them out, because I know exactly why they get that dirty. It's because we have a dog. 9:38, here we go. Do I already have a... Sorry, I'm looking for a color to replace. That's 310. I don't think. 975. I don't think so. Okay. Anyway, I forget what I was saying. Holy crap. I'm tired. Yeah, there's always something in my house that needs to be cleaned. And so I am running around doing all of the things. And then I'm finally done after a few hours. And he's, of course, being very supportive. And he's like, oh my God, the house looks amazing or whatever. And of course, knowing that I cleaned, I can obviously look around and go like, yeah, obviously it looks so much more clean. And it did look more clean. But when I really thought about it, I was like, if just a random person were to have walked into our house like 3 hours ago versus now, it would look pretty much the same. But there are so many little crevices that are actually clean. And like I said, also just the general stuff. Like I needed to clean the bathrooms and the toilet, and I needed to, you know, just little random things like that you need to do every week. So I spent like, instead of, you know, our plan was like, let's go to the dog beach. It ended up being, let's clean the house all day. So that's what I did. I cleaned the house all day. Well, and I told Perry, it's like, because Perry and I usually split chores 50-50 depending on what makes sense. Like he does the cooking, and so I do, you know, I clean up and I do the dishes, and he works a full-time job and I work a part-time job, and I also work from home, and so I usually take care of a little more of the cleaning stuff. But we do like, you know, and I'll do his laundry if I'm doing laundry, but also if it's like our laundry that needs to be put away, it's like, hey babe, go put away your laundry. So we try to split things pretty 50-50. And so when I start cleaning, usually when because between school and stuff, I feel like I'm working a full-time job now. And so I'll start cleaning like on the evenings or the weekends, and he'll hop in and he'll start helping me. And, but I told him that day, I was like, look, I am doing kind of a more in-depth cleaning. And so I was like, if you feel like you want to go, and it's like, and I'm doing this on my own choice. And so if you feel like you want to go, just like fuck around in the garage or whatever, like have fun. It's your weekend, have fun. This is what I'm choosing to do on my weekend. So go do whatever you want. And so he helped for a little bit, and then he went and did whatever because I told him to. So I spent all day cleaning, and he was like out working on his jet ski and in the garage and with his dirt bike, and that's a Perry's favorite place in the whole world. And so that's what he was out doing. But it felt really good to me to have like a really clean house. And then Saturday night, we went to the grocery store because I was like, let's just get it done, and then we don't have to worry about it on Sunday. I can't think of words. And I had also, it's like there were a few things that I needed because just like for shop stuff, and then also I had pulled out like during last week, I had realized, you know what? It's kind of fall now. It doesn't really feel like it because it's still, 90 something degrees outside every day. But it's like, it's kind of fall, I think. I should pull out all of our like fall decor. And so I did. I put all of our like more like year-round decor away, and I pulled out our pumpkins and stuff like that, like very fall decor. We don't really have Halloween decor. We mostly just have pumpkins because I can't help myself and I love pumpkins. And so I pulled out all of our pumpkins, and what we have in the center of our dining table, because I have a piece for every season for the center of our dining table. So, what I have for fall is basically like a little candle holder, or a big candle holder, I guess, that has a bunch of like fall stuff around the base of it. And inside that candle, I had like a fall scented candle, but it was from last year. And so I had basically used it all up. And so I decided I wanted a new candle for that. And so we got a new candle for that. And then I was like, when we first moved in to this apartment, we have a balcony. And so we had gotten some camp chairs to set out on the balcony so that we could like sit out there and enjoy our balcony. And then this summer, when we started like going to the beach a lot, and we go to a lot of places on the weekends where we need those chairs. And so those chairs have not actually been on our balcony for months. And so of course we haven't been sitting out there because we haven't sat out there like at all this summer because there haven't been any chairs, because this summer our chairs have basically stayed in our cars so that we can take them places, like to the beach and to the mountains and all the places that we go, the dirt bike track and things like that. And so I told Perry, I was like, what if we bought another set of camp chairs just to like permanently leave out there, so that we like can go sit and enjoy our balcony? And he was like, that's not a bad idea. And so we went into just like the camp chair section, and we saw it was so cool. It's a camp chair, but it was a love seat, and it had like a little spot in the middle where they were kind of separated, and it had like a pocket on the back to put stuff in. Like in the middle, it had a pocket on the side where the back of the chair is. And so you can like put stuff in between the two of you in those pockets, and then there's cup holders on each side of the chair. And I was like, it's a love seat, but it's a camp chair, and now we can snuggle out there, and oh my God. And so of course we had to get the love seat chair. So we got a love seat chair, and then we spent Saturday night breaking it in. So we have a little like light out on our I can't think of words today, on our balcony. And so we just turned on the light on the balcony, and we sat out there. And of course, because we were out there, we let the children out there, our furry children, so our dog and our cat. I don't let Ollie out there without supervision because he kind of makes me nervous, and the story I'm about to tell you solidifies that. But I was like, we're sitting out there, so we'll go ahead and let him roam around. And everything was going fine and dandy. And I saw him poke, because we have like, you know, rails on our balcony that make up the, you know what I mean, it's the railings on the balcony, you know what I mean. And Ollie has never even like made an attempt to slip through those, but I saw him stick his head in between the rails, and I was like, Ollie, I was like watching him, I was like, get your head out of there. And then a little while later, I saw him stick a paw through, and I said, Ollie, get the fuck out of there. Because he makes me so nervous, because obviously Ash is big enough that she's not even a problem because she can't fit through there, but Ollie is small enough that he can. And so I was like, Ollie, and then my boyfriend looks over at one point and he goes, holy shit, and he gets up, and I'm like, oh my God, what? And he runs over to the side of our balcony. It's where the railing meets the complex, so it meets the building. And then, so like say, let me see if I can show you this little, so here's where the railing meets the building, okay? On this side of the railing is our balcony, and on this side of the railing is nothing, you know what I mean? But along the side of the apartment building is this little ledge that runs from our balcony to our neighbor's balcony. This cat had slipped himself through the rail and was standing on that little ledge in free fall. Oh God. I about had a whole entire heart attack when I saw that little boy outside of the railing standing on a ledge. We're on the second story, mind you, so if he were to fall off of that, he would fall, I don't know, maybe 30 feet down to the floor at least. Oh my God. Oh my God, I had a heart attack. He was just standing right past the rail though, so it wasn't like he was all the way out in the middle. He was still right next to our railing. And so Perry immediately goes to reach over the top of the rail because he can't really fit his hands. It's small enough that he can't fit his hands through the railing and then pull Ollie in. It's just like skinny enough for Ollie to slip through. Oh God. And so Perry reaches over the side of the railing, and I'm watching this like in fear that Ollie is just gonna like dart along the side of the ledge and we're not gonna be able to reach him. And so Perry reaches over the side of the ledge and he can't quite reach him. And so he's trying again and again and again and again to try to like stretch his arms as far as he can to try to reach Ollie. And thankfully Ollie is just like standing perfectly still until he finally gets a grasp around Ollie's belly and pulls him up and over the side and immediately clutches him to his chest. And I run over and just sort of grab Ollie while he's still in Perry's arms and just sort of like hug him and pet him and tell him that he is a stupid, stupid boy for climbing over the railing. I'm like, oh my God, you gave mommy a heart attack. Please don't fucking do that ever again. Oh my God. So yeah, it scared the living bejesus out of both of us because we both love that cat, obviously. And so we immediately put him inside. We were like, yeah, you're not allowed on the balcony anymore. Nope, not allowed. Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack. I really did. I was standing there in complete silence and fear. Just like, he's gonna fall and I'm gonna flip shit. Yeah, I was terrified. But, so terrified, in fact, that night I was having like panic dreams about Ollie going back onto that ledge again. Like, no, that boy is not allowed on the balcony unless it is under very strict supervision, okay? But no, sir. No, sir. Holy shit, he scared the bejesus out of me. So, that's not ever happening ever again, because I will have a full-fledged heart attack. I love that cat more than life itself. He is my son, and so if anything happened to him, I don't know what I would do. So, like, no, we're not taking that chance just so you can hang out on the balcony. No, absolutely not. He is not allowed on the balcony. Yeah, no, not anymore. Not happening. So, that was my scare for Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we sort of piddled around in the morning, and I was like, well, we didn't take Ash to the dog beach yesterday, so should we go to the dog beach today, or should we continue on with our plan of going to the regular lake? But there's not really a point in taking Ash if we don't have the dog beach, and so, because most beaches don't allow dogs off leash, and then there's just not a point. And he was like, I still want to kind of do the jet ski, and I was like, okay, well, that's fine, but then we need to make time to take Ash to the park, because she needs to get her wiggles out. It's like the weekend is the one time of the week that she gets to kind of get her wiggles out. And he was like, yeah, that's true. And I was like, well, I was like, I know there's a dog park around here somewhere that has like a little pond in the middle. Maybe we can do that so she could still swim. And he went, oh, I have an even better idea. I was like, yeah, what? And he was like, at Chatfield Reservoir, I think it's Chatfield Reservoir, or Chatfield Lake, or Chatfield something, here in Colorado, they have this giant dog park. And what I mean by giant dog park, they call it like a dog off-leash area. It's a dog park. But it is a 69-acre dog park, okay? And it's all completely fenced in. And so you can let your dog off leash and sort of just let them roam. And so he was like, why don't we go to Chatfield Reservoir and take Ash, and then I can just sort of piddle around he was like, I don't want to go too far and like risk, it like dying or something out in the middle of the lake. And so he was like, I'm not going to go super far with the jet skis. Like, I just want like 20 minutes. So how about we just go, and I'll take the jet ski out for 20 minutes, and then we'll all go to the dog park together and hang out. I said, okay, that sounds like a good plan. So we took Ash with us, and we went to the, and this 69-acre dog park has like 2 lakes in the middle of it. So she can swim and stuff. I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds like a good plan. Because she loves to swim. She's such a water dog. And it helps her burn even more energy, especially because it's water with other dogs to play with. Like, yeah. So we went, and Perry took the jet ski out. And the plan was basically that he was going to back the trailer up to the water and then go. I was going to pull the car back up to the top of the boat ramp and like out of the way to sort of just wait, because he was going to be gone for like 20 minutes. So just sort of wait for him to come back, and then back the trailer down again and pick up the jet ski and then go to the dog park. And so that's what we did. And Perry has a GoPro that I got him. It's a GoPro Hero 7, and I got it for him for, I think, his birthday last year. And that thing was like $250. Like, that was not a cheap present, especially for me as a broke college student. Like, that was a big present that I got him. And I really surprised him that year with that, because he was not expecting that. I wasn't expecting that either, but I was feeling frivolous, I guess. I must have gotten a little extra money from something and was feeling like spoiling him. I don't remember where I got that kind of money from, but I had something. Maybe it was like leftover tax return, or I don't know. But I did. I got him a GoPro Hero 7, and he uses it all the time because he also really likes to make YouTube videos. And he actually has his own YouTube channel. I will link it down below in case you are curious in checking him out. He does a lot of like dirt bike stuff, motorcycle stuff, jet ski stuff. He's very mechanical, and he likes to do just like fun little videos like that. So if you're curious, you can go check that out. I'll link him down below. And I film most of his videos. If it's not on a GoPro, it's usually filmed by me. And so he has a little stand that on his jet ski that he put his GoPro on so that he can record footage while he's on the jet ski. And I remember when we were going back to pick him up that he was back there doing whatever. And then he comes and gets in the car and he says he's ready to go, and we go. And so we go and we have to stop by there's like a boat inspection place that you have to stop at as you're leaving. And so we stop there and then we start to pull out and he goes, "Oh, where's my GoPro?" And I said, "Babe, I have no idea. What did you do with it?" He was like, "I don't know." And he starts looking around the car and he is like very confused, and he's looking in the back seat and he can't find it, and he's looking up where we're sitting and he can't find it, and he doesn't understand what's going on. And I remember having like this very movie-like flashback of remembering looking in the rearview mirror sitting in the car and seeing him take the GoPro out of its little stand, out of its little case on the jet ski, and setting it on the dock next to him. And I went, "Oh," and I looked at him and I said, "Did you leave it on the dock?" And he went, "Oh, I so did." And he hops back in the car and he starts racing over to the dock. Granted, we had like just left, okay? It had been like maybe 10 minutes since we had left the dock. And so I was laughing. Like, I just thought it was a funny story, and, you know, it was gonna be sitting there when we got there, and like, because it had been 10 minutes. And we get there and the GoPro's gone. And so I jump out of the car and run down to the dock, and I am looking at right where I remember him setting it, and then I'm looking into the water to see if maybe, because it is waterproof, and so if it had fallen in the water, it would probably be fine. But I thought, you know, maybe it could have gotten knocked off the dock by one of the boats or whatever and fallen into the water. And so I'm looking down into the water and all in the surrounding area to see if it had gotten knocked off somewhere. And one of the guys that's putting his boat into the water, like, I don't know, maybe a 40-year-old man, he comes over and he's like, "What are you looking for?" And my boyfriend is like running along behind me. He's catching up. And right as he comes up, I say like, "Oh, I'm looking for our GoPro that like we left it here on the dock." And he went, "Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't seen it." And I was like, "No, it's okay. Thanks for checking in." And so Perry and I are looking around for a minute, and he was like, "I think it's gone." And I was like, "I think it is too. It looks like somebody must have swiped it." But he was like, "You know what? Let's see if maybe a nice civilian found it and turned it in somewhere." Because the closest place that the closest and most obvious place that you would turn something in like that is to the boat inspection place. They have a little shack that's just, you know, right by the boat ramps. And so if you were to find something, that's where you would bring it. And so we were like, let's go check with the boat inspection people and see if anybody has been nice and turned it in. And so we went and nobody had. And Perry was so mad because he was like, not only does he use that all the time, but he was like, "But you gave that to me as a gift." And he was like, "And so it's even more frustrating that I do a stupid move and leave it somewhere like that." And I kept telling him, like, "It's okay, like, we'll get you another one, and, you know, maybe we can even go halvesies on it to make it not such a big deal, and da-da-da-da-da." Like, I was trying to make him feel better, and I was like, you know, maybe some good civilian did find it, but they're out busy on their boat or whatever, and they're gonna return it later. And so it's like, he gave the boat inspection place his phone number, and they said that if anybody turned it in, they would call us. And so by the time we had left the dog park, nobody had called us. It was a few hours later, and so we were like, "I think it's gone. I think somebody," because it's one of those things, it's basically like leaving cash sitting there on the dock. You know, it's not like a phone that's traceable, and it's not like, you know, it's just something that, like, if you take, there's not really anything anybody can do about it, because it's just a camera. And so it was like, yep, basically like leaving cash on the dock. So, but I told him, I was like, you know what, maybe we can try to look at it in a way of, even though people shouldn't steal, it's like, I'm trying to put a positive spin on this. And I told Perry, I was like, even though people shouldn't steal, maybe we should think about it in the way that whoever took it would never be able to have something like that in their wildest dreams. And we are fortunate enough that we have the ability and the means to buy you another one. And so we'll be fine and we'll get you another one. And then these people, though annoying as it is that they stole from us, are going to have something that they will have never been able to have. And also karma is going to come back and bite them in the butt for stealing. And he was like, yeah, he's like, that's probably a better way of looking at it. And I was like, you know, you just gotta try. All you can do instead, you know, this stuff happens, and all you can do is kind of try your best to look at the glass half full, and that's all you can do. Like, that's, you know, you just gotta try to see the best in the situation. That's like, you know, maybe some kid is getting a GoPro and he would have never been able to get one, and we can get another one and we'll be fine. You know, we're gonna have to save up for it, but we can still get one and it'll be fine. And he was like, yeah, I guess that's a better way of looking at it and whatever. So he's fine, but it was a sad time. It was like, because I was sort of sitting there going, I spent like $250 on that, Perry. But it's like, you know what? That kind of stuff happens. Like, people lose things all the time. It's not, you know, it's not like, and he was like, God, I'm so mad, because he was like, I even knew when I was setting it there, I said to myself, like, you better really remember this, because that is a really not a great place to set that. And he knew that, and he forgot. But you know what? It's like, as if I've never done something like that before. Like, please, I am like the master of losing things. So I was like, it's fine. You know, shit happens. But he was really sad about it. He was quite upset that he lost his GoPro, because not only does he love it and use it all the time, but it was a gift from me, and he says it was the best gift he has ever gotten, and so he was really upset about it. So I felt really bad that he was so sad, but it's like, don't worry, we will get you another one. It's like, maybe I'll get you one for Christmas, or we can go halvesies on it, or I don't know, and then we'll just make a rule of never set it down in a weird spot ever again. But I just couldn't believe it. I was like, 10 minutes. Okay, we were gone for 10 minutes, and we come back, and it's already gone. It's like, how? How did that happen so quickly? It was dumb how fast that happened. So it's like, all right, we'll never do that again. Lesson learned, you know what I mean? Like, don't ever do that ever again, because it's gone. So, unless we get a call from, I don't know, he still hasn't gotten a call from them that it's been returned, and so I think it's just gone. I don't think there's any chance in us getting that back ever again. But he was like, they got a good camera, and they got some damn good footage of me on the jet ski. I was like, I know, babe. I know. I know they do. But, oh, geez. But it's like, we'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's not that big. It'll be okay. But yeah, so that was our weekend. So then we went to the dog park, the Chatfield Dog Park. This place is cool. Like, it was crazy. We of course made like the most minuscule of dents in this 69-acre dog park. Like, I couldn't even believe it. And there's a bunch, basically, because I was like, how in the world does a 69-acre dog park even work? I don't understand. And basically is that they have a few like congregated beaches and stuff around the lakes in the center, but otherwise it's more like a bunch of trails that circulate through these 69 acres that you can like walk through or whatever. And then your dog is of course off leash, and they can just walk along with you or run and explore. And there's a bunch of trees. It's really cool. Dang slanted table. And so, of course, Perry and I immediately went to the lake, which really wasn't that far from the entrance, but it was still a nice little walk where she got to explore. And all of the trails there, at least the ones that I could see in the far distance, were all pretty flat. And so I was like, you know, this would be a really good spot to like bring bikes out here, and then Ash can run along with us while we're biking, and then we can stop at and go explore, like, because there's more than one lake there, and they're like, it's not a huge lake, but it's definitely bigger than a pond that the dogs can swim in, and there's multiple of them within this 69-acre dog park. And so I was like, we, you know, could then explore all the rest of the dog park, or all the rest of the beaches, and then get even more energy out of Ash, and then we get a little bit of an exercise too. The only problem is that Perry's bike is still in Chicago, because he's originally from there. It's still at his parents' house in Chicago, and it needs to be fixed. And I'm pretty sure my bike is from when it's at my parents' house, which is just down the street, but I'm pretty sure I got it when I was like 13. And so I don't, you know, it doesn't really fit anymore. But I told him, I was like, maybe Mom and John, because they're both very tall. John is like 6'3" and Mom is 6'2" or something. My mom and my stepdad. And so it's like they're tall, just like us. Perry is 6'5" and I'm 5'11". And so it's like I bet their bikes would fit us. And so it's like, you know, maybe they'll let us borrow their bikes someday and we can bring them down here and bike around. But we just walked to the lake and let Ash swim around with all the other dogs. Oh my God, was that dog in her element. Oh, she had so much fun. And so we basically just sat and like watched her run around and enjoyed the scenery and enjoyed the other dogs. And like, they were all having a blast, because the dogs, I was like, with 69 acres, like you're never going to get to play with any other dogs because they're going to be so spread out. But a lot of the dogs congregated at that lake because, you know, it's a lake and a lot of dogs like water. And so everybody kind of congregated to that lake. And so there were actually a lot of dogs there for her to play with. And she loved it. She loved every second of it. And so we stayed for maybe like an hour or two. And then we went home. And damn, did that dog smell bad. Oh my God, she smelled so bad. She smelled like not just wet dog, but like nasty lake wet dog. Like absolutely not. So she got a bath when we got home because you nasty. And but yeah, she had so much fun, and she spent like the whole night sleeping. She was exhausted, which if you have an Australian Shepherd, you know that when they sleep, it is magical because they're so high energy that when they're actually tired enough to sleep, like for a long extended period of time and not be a crazy crackhead all day, every day, yeah, it's a good day. So yeah, she got a lot of her energy out, and that was really fun. And then we just hung out on Sunday night. And I told him, it's like, now that I am in school and doing my shop, like, and working, I haven't had a schedule that full in about 3 years. And just because of my mental health stuff, I haven't been able to until now. And so I am not used to my weekends being my only days off. Like, I am used to having at least 1 or 2 days off during the week as well. And so I'm getting used to the idea that I am busy 5 days a week, and then 2 days a week are my weekends. That has been hard for me because last night I was like, is it really Sunday? Do I really have to work tomorrow? Oh no. But no, I do. I really have to work tomorrow, so it's like, shit. Okay. And it's like, God, I've never said that because I used to take Mondays off completely. Before I opened the shop, Monday was like my me time day. And so Sunday didn't really matter to me because Monday was me time day. So it was like, shit. But yeah, that was our weekend. And now I have shop restock this week, and then packages are getting shipped out tomorrow, and we're just going into a normal school week of like doing schoolwork on Wednesday, therapy Wednesday, school on Thursday, like just a normal school week. And then, yeah. So I don't have anything crazy coming up this week, which honestly, like, good. I am one of those people that sees, I don't need a lot of stuff happening around me all the time. I see a lot of beauty in, and I almost kind of crave like the mundane. Like, not in such, it sounds like a very negative word, but to me it just means like no drama, not a lot of stress. Everything is sort of its normal way that to some people would be boring, and to me feels awesome. So it's like I am almost excited that this is the first week in a while that we haven't had something weird going on, and that I am now getting a little more used to my school schedule and stuff. I am ready for a week of mundane, for lack of a better word. So yeah, I'm excited that we're not really doing anything this week, and we had a good weekend, but we also had a busy weekend because I spent all day Saturday cleaning, and then we spent almost all day Sunday at the lake, and so it's like, I am tired. I am just big time tired, and definitely don't really want to work today, but I will. And I have a new scent coming out in my wax and my putty this weekend, or today. If you saw my story this weekend, you will have seen that apple cinnamon is now coming. So if you're seeing this on Tuesday and you want some and you look in my shop and it's sold out, because by the time you see this, honestly, it probably will be. I might still have some in the wax, but the putty will probably be sold out. And you're wanting to get your hands on some, there will be more next Monday. So check back every Monday, 4 p.m. if you're 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're looking to grab some, that is when it will be available every Monday, and then I ship out every Tuesday. And if you order on Tuesday after I go to the post office, then your order will be shipped out the following Tuesday. Sorry, but before I started school, I was able to just sort of ship out the next day no matter what, and that's just not the case anymore. That's just not. So I ship out every Tuesday. So any orders that I get shipped out every Tuesday. And if you order on Tuesday, it's probably going to ship out the following Tuesday. Unless I do have orders where I think it's so funny, and I bet these people are like, holy crap, when they order for me at just the right time. Because if you order at Tuesday, because I pack orders and then ship them out every Tuesday. So if you happen to order on Tuesday while I'm packing orders, I'll just print your stuff out and ship it with the rest of it. So some people who order from me on Tuesdays will literally get it shipped out within like an hour of them ordering. Like actually shipped out within an hour. So I bet the people are watching their notifications and going like, what the hell? And then, an hour later somebody else orders and it doesn't ship out until the next Tuesday. But that's just the way, because sometimes I've like gotten home from the post office and like as I'm getting home, I get a notification that somebody put in an order. I'm like, nope, sorry, next Tuesday. Like, I just got home from the post office. I am sorry. Like, it is not happening. So, but if I'm packing orders anyway, I'll just print out your order and shove it in. So yeah, it's probably more like if you order Tuesday morning versus Tuesday afternoon, because I package in the morning. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on about that because you probably don't give a shit, but I always just think it's funny. So, that is probably where I will, we're at 1 hour and 5. So I blabbered on for a very long time. That is probably the end of today's WIP Chat. That is how my weekend went. And that is how my week is going to go next week. That is, mundane, which is lovely. Again, like I said, let me know what you guys did this weekend and what you worked on. In terms of crafting or in terms of life. Just let me know. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of all I gotta say. I hope you guys had a great and fantastic weekend, and I hope you enjoyed today's WIP Chat and that I was able to keep you company while you were crafting. like I said, all links are down below, my campsite link, and then I'll link my boyfriend's channel if you're interested in checking that out, and anything else you might need is probably down there. If not, just send me a message and I'll help you out. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I love you all. Bye!